coming with this Survivor Series results review report, whatever. But better late than never. So this Survivor Series was just, oh goodness. Now, I know there were a couple of kickoff matches, namely a 6-man Cruiserweight tag match, which the Faces won. And there was Kane versus Luke Harper, which Kane won. I'm not sure what purposes those matches even gave to us, because they were just kickoff matches, and kickoff matches don't really have any point or purposes anymore. But still, the pay-per-view was a long pay-per-view. And yes, I made predictions about this as usual, so I'm here to own up. Because there's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to own up to, because most of my predictions were just flat out wrong. So without further ado, these are the results of the Survivor Series, my thoughts, my opinions, and my owning up. You know, it's funny. This is one of the only predictions that I actually got fucking right about the event. Not the way it was supposed to end or who survived, more or less, but on who was going to win. I predicted the women from Monday Night Raw were going to take this. And because of the supreme talent that Raw had and the mediocre talent that Smackdown had. Now, what made this interesting is that Nikki, Bella got injured somehow backstage, so she wasn't able to perform, she wasn't able to come out, she wasn't able to compete, so Natalya took her place. And I have to say that's good that happened, because I didn't want to see Nikki. I just didn't. I didn't fucking care about her. And her being captain was just flat out ridiculous, because she's not the champion. Becky Lynch is at this time. So this 505, alright. It's kind of funny that we knew who wasn't going to last, but it was kind of crazy who got eliminated and how they got eliminated. I mean, come on. Did you actually think that Naomi was going to do any good? Did you actually think that Alicia Fox was going to do any good? Because, no, they just didn't, okay? And it was hilarious to watch in that fashion. But, and this was an issue to me, Nia Jax actually tapped out to Becky Lynch. And even though Nia Jax got pissed afterwards and started throwing Becky Lynch all over the place, leaving her to a couple of wolves, namely Charlotte and Bayley, I still took issue to that. Charlotte and Bayley actually end up being the sole survivors for their Survivor Series team. But after the match, of course, Charlotte had to attack Bayley just to solidify her dominance within the Raw women's division, her being the queen and all. But this is one of the only predictions that I got right. Now, I thought that Nia was going to survive. I was wrong. I thought that even Sasha was going to survive, and once again I was wrong. Sasha got rolled up and got pinned by Natalya, of all people. Yes, Nia Jax, she showed a little dominance, but not as dominant as I would have portrayed her to be in this moment. I thought that if she was going to get eliminated, she would have got counted out, but she tapped, which kind of makes it like, eh. But anyway, Raw Women's side won the Women's Survivor Series 5-on-5. So I guess in a way it was a good start to the show. But then most of the show just went downhill from there because of stupid booking. The Raw's women, they win. Smackdown kind of came up short. And yeah, things were looking good for Raw to this point. I just can't believe that Nia Jax tapped. Someone please try to justify and explain that. Listen, the fact of the matter is that this match shouldn't have been on the card in the first place. It should have been Dolph versus Sami. That would have gave us a good quality match. That would have gave us a better match. That would have gave us something at least memorable to watch. And at least maybe an ending that would have satisfied. This match was just Zayn versus someone that botches, can't get it done in the ring, someone that's a coward, someone that's a pussy, and someone that just doesn't deserve any championships. Dick licking plus animals equals The Miz. The way that this match ended basically is what I've been saying all along. Again, he needed his wife, the true Intercontinental Champion, by the way, Maryse. Sami Zayn had The Miz in a figure 4 leg lock. And The Miz being, he was about to tap out. We all saw it. And then next thing you know, the bell rings. Because Maryse went and rung the bell. Of course, Sami Zayn releases the figure 4 thinking that he won. And the referee was like, no, you didn't win. I didn't call for the bell. Why is the bell ringing? And Sami Zayn gets rolled up. And Sami Zayn loses the chance to win the Intercontinental Championship due to bullshit circumstances. So now, again, it's all about The Miz needing his wife to do something, to actually win or retain or anything like that. At least when other managers got involved, at least their wrestlers showed a degree of talent. When Bobby the Brain or Jimmy Hart or even Dr. Style managed, the wrestlers that they managed showed a degree of talent. Miss Elizabeth, when Macho Man was a face or even heel at its early stages, she didn't even fucking get involved. She was just there. She was just his valet. He didn't need her. But at this point, it's like, man, it's just ridiculous. It just is. Your valet does more work than you. Your valet is the one that actually has the focus of the fucking match. The valet and the Spirit Squad, whenever they fucking come out, because you can't do shit alone. And once again, this is what I have a problem with when it comes to The Miz. He can't get it done alone. It's just in convincing fashion. It doesn't happen. So Sami Zayn comes up short due to bullshit circumstances. And once again, that pussy is still the Intercontinental Champion thanks to his fucking wife. And so continues my decline, because I got this one wrong as well. I thought that Smackdown was going to take the tag. American Alpha being eliminated by the Magic Killer, I was very shocked by that. I thought that American Alpha was at least going to be the last team or whatever, or even be the sole survivors, but it didn't go that way. So, give or take, there were a couple of things that I would not have called in this match. It's funny because when I made my prediction video, I didn't even mention Breezango. Because I even forgot that they were there. They're so irrelevant. I forgot that they even fucking existed. And they were the first to get eliminated because you had fucking stupid Fandango handing out fashion salutations or whatever. And then he fucking just gets eliminated right off the bat. But the funniest part about that is the New Day got eliminated right after that. And I was very surprised by that. I was like, okay, so Raw Tag Team Champions basically just gets put out by the Usos, by the way. And, damn, things just, I don't know. Okay, the most dominant tag team of the match were Anderson and Gallows. Even when there was a big clusterfuck, yes, you could have thrown American Alpha in there to a point, and Heath Slater and Rhino, they actually did good work, and Enzo and Cass, they did their usual stuff. But the Shining Stars and the Hype Bros, I didn't really take seriously in the match in the fucking first place. So when they got eliminated, I was like, yep, it's their time to go. I'm surprised that Cesaro and Sheamus ended up being the sole survivors, especially when it came down between them and the Usos. So yes, once again, I got this one wrong, and I didn't think that it would be done this way. As far as Cesaro and Sheamus, I thought they were going to get in a disagreement or some sort in the match, and then that would have costed them to be eliminated, but that didn't happen. They actually worked together to a point. And the Usos were the last team on Smackdown Live. I didn't think that was going to happen. Even though I thought they were formidable to be there, I just didn't think that they were going to be the last team there. I thought it was going to be American Alpha. I really did. Because American Alpha is the team that should be spearheading Smackdown Live at this point. They should be the ones. And I think they're going to get their time later, but still. Raw wins the tag team elimination match, and that really surprised me, considering that it wasn't the New Day that survived. It wasn't even Anderson and Gallows. It wasn't even Enzo and Cass. It was Cesaro and Sheamus. Go figure. Sheamus is the only former world champion in the match. I guess? I don't know. Will they make something out of this team? Don't think so. But them surviving, I guess, is a big deal. One thing I would like to point out about this match, there was a person that even commented on one of my videos that even gave a hint of something like this happening. And again, I was wrong about this. But I was right in a certain sense. I said that it depends on what happens between one title match would affect the other. So the Jizz keeping the Intercontinental Championship makes sense for Brian Kendrick to keep the Cruiserweight title. But it was by disqualification because Baron Corbin came out and cost Kalisto. Now, again, I didn't think that they were going to go that route, because Kalisto needs to be with the fucking Cruiserweight division. He just does. He doesn't make any sense by himself on SmackDown Live. But yeah, Baron Corbin, after it was a pretty fucking good match. That was the thing. There was a couple of spots on there where I was like, wow, they actually fucking pulled that off from the top rope or from the apron. It was pretty cool to watch, but it had to come to an end due to the disqualification of Baron Corbin coming in and costing. It's just like, wow, he costed Kalisto the championship and the division, and of course Daniel Bryan was upset about that in the backstage, and Baron Corbin was like, I don't need any more pipsqueaks running around, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, I got this one kind of right and very wrong. I thought Kalisto was going to take it, but it depended on how the Intercontinental Championship match went as well. So this makes sense because the Jizz retained and Brian Kendrick, he kept his belt. So I wonder how Baron Corbin is going to be dealt with on SmackDown Live. I just hope it's something significant as a punishment, because now he fucking deserves one. Now this match was a toss-up. This 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. I didn't think that the survivors were going to be who survived, but I did think that SmackDown was going to win. Just because. SmackDown needs it. Raw doesn't necessarily need it, but SmackDown did. And especially with the threat of The Undertaker on this past SmackDown Live, it really made sense for SmackDown to take it. But even though the match was cool back and forth, you even got a Shield reunion out of the match. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, yeah, they exploded during the match and attacked each other and stuff like that. Braun Strowman ended up pinning Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose was the first fucking elimination, and AJ Styles didn't go and save him, even though he could have. Shane McMahon was one of the best performers of the fucking match, all things considering, even though he's not a fucking wrestler. Yeah. Yes, he hit the traditional elbow off the top rope onto an announcer's table outside. He went for coast to coast on Roman Reigns, and Roman speared him out of it. Shane McMahon didn't even get pinned, technically. He just was waved off because I guess he really, really got hurt, so he was out. Jericho and Kevin Owens used Jericho's list to attack AJ Styles, so he got disqualified. And then Jericho was mad and picked up the papers of the list, and he turned around and ate an RKO. So that was 2 eliminations right there, and it was basically 2 against 4 at that point. Dean Ambrose comes back and starts hitting on AJ Styles. But when security tried to take him away, you had Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns attack the security, and they tore up an announce table, and the Shield reunion, they gave AJ Styles the powerbomb through the fucking announcer's table. And much to the delight of the crowd, eliminating AJ Styles when he got pinned by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins tried a splash from the top rope and ate an RKO on his way down. And then the crazy moment of the night, it was okay. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt were the ones left for SmackDown. Luke Harper appears out of nowhere, but he didn't really play any part. Yes, he did attack Roman Reigns, but it was while the referee's back was turned. But the craziest part about it is, Roman Reigns was about to spear Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton got in his way and pushed Bray Wyatt out of the way and ate the spear. Actually sacrificed himself to do that. And then, Sister Abigail later, and Roman Reigns gets eliminated, and therefore, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt are the sole survivors. Now, this was Bray Wyatt's first ever 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, so I was just like, that's a story, because I sensed a betrayal, and that shit didn't happen, so that was a surprise to me. It really was. But SmackDown winning, I did call that, but not under these circumstances. I just never thought that Randy Orton would sacrifice himself for Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt will get the win and survive, nevertheless. I hope that this story keeps going, even though maybe there's a betrayal down the road with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, but still, that was unexpected, very unexpected, and I applaud WWE for that, because Roman Reigns was getting booed out of the fucking building every time he did something or entered that fucking ring, except for the fucking Shield reunion. No one wanted Roman Reigns to survive. No one. And it would have been a slap in the face and a kick in the nuts if he did. So I applaud WWE for making the right decision and picking SmackDown to win and eliminating Roman Reigns last for SmackDown's win. Applaud you for that. From applause to middle fingers. I will put up my middle toes if I could. So you're telling me, out of all the destruction that Brock Lesnar has laid out, you're telling me that Goldberg can beat him in under 2 minutes. After all of this hype, this was essentially a worse match than they had at WrestleMania 20. This was just an insult to most people's intelligence. I mean, it was an insult to mine. I couldn't believe that after all that hype, after all that, okay, you pair them together and Goldberg just wins like that. There were 3 to 4 moves in the match. All it took was 2 spears from Goldberg. Well, Goldberg pushed him down, after being dragged to the corner. No shoulder blocks, by the way, by Brock. Goldberg pushed him down. 1 spear later, 2 spears later, jackhammer later, and pin. Seriously, under 2 minutes, a main event like that? I don't know where they're going to be going from here, but it's just... And, once again, one of the comments from my prediction video actually called this, and I didn't. I thought it was going to be 1-on-1, but Brock Lesnar is 0-2 against Goldberg. Go figure. I really hope that this leads up to something, but I don't know. I'm very surprised about this result. But it's just, yeah, I really don't. Yeah, it's just. What did you guys think about the event? Was it a thumbs up, thumbs down? I thought this was a crazy thing at the end, because I really didn't think that it was gonna end like that. I didn't think that Goldberg versus Brock was going to be a stellar match, but I didn't think it was going to be this way. I thought Brock was at least going to matter. I thought he was going to at least amount to at least a little bit of offense. I don't know. I don't understand. It's just, I don't get it. Anyway, if you, please comment. Please, I mean, yeah, I really, yeah. Drop kick, spy slam, throwing motherfuckers over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. Dick licking plus animals equals The Miz. And, wow. Just wow. Goldberg and Brock. I just didn't think it was going to be like that. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.